Hello, everyone. Welcome to a special episode of The Art of Dating. I got my hoops on, celebrating Jovi Beauty, who is officially an authoress. This is when we need our sound effects.
I'll tell you about that later.
So today I'll be interviewing Jovi Beauty on her new ebook that will be dropping tonight at midnight. How to know if a man is using you. And I was like, how to know if a man is using you, boo. Okay. right? How to know if a man is using you, sis. You guys will know the reference when you get your copy tonight. So we're going to get into all the good stuff, Jovi's process, inspiration behind this book. And me personally, I'm just super, super proud of her because she's growing her platform. She's bringing all her creativity to the forefront. And
you did poo-poo. I said you did poo-poo.
I did poo-poo. That's the vibe. That's the vibe. So, today is super special. I got my little clipboard.
Oh, gosh.
Clipboard and my interview questions. Got my little, Jovi Beauty drink.
I don't even have a drink.
I got mommy juice over here. So we're going to have some fun tonight.
I got a soda. That's as lit as I'm about to be.
It matches your shirt. There you go. So let's get into these. Well, first of all, how do you feel?
I'm so excited. I feel all day I've been just like smiling. I can't believe it. For like a while, I couldn't have believed it, or I haven't believed it. I'm like, is this really happening? Did I really write a fucking book? And like today is like, oh my gosh.
Surreal.
Wow. It's unreal. I'm excited about it. I hope everyone loves it. As much as I love it, I put a lot of myself into it. I've been going on one. So I had to like really be real.
Yeah.
So I did my best.
You brought it.
I hope people will enjoy it.
I had the privilege of reading the book. I got a little, preview of it. So there's some really good stuff there. And I want you to tell us a little bit about the book. We're not going to give all the gems away tonight, but we got to tease them. So tell us about the book and what inspired you.
My subscribers inspired me. We have conversations about relationships a lot. And for a while, people have been telling me to, you need to write a book. And I'm like, for what? Because a lot of times I think people already know these things. Yeah. But the reality is that there's a lot of things that people don't know. I've learned through, doing YouTube and, connecting with my subs, that it's a lot of things that women don't know that somebody needs to tell them. And sometimes people are too damn nice. I say this all the time. Sometimes you need blatant, to the point honesty instead of trying to tiptoe around to not try to hurt someone's feelings so they could fully grasp, what would make whatever lessons they need to learn, what would make their life better. So I figured, why not?
So tell us the title of the book and kind of the format, what you're going to be covering in the book.
The title is How to Know If a Man Is Using You. I believe, again, I got that title from one of the subs when we were, again, talking in the discussion in the chat, because I feel like a lot of women don't know, or they like to, I started out the book by saying, it's not like you don't know, you don't want to know. So a lot of people like to live in this denial. I've done it. We've all done it, like to live in this denial when we know what it is. So just in case you want to act like you don't know what it is, sister, let you know what it is. And I gave people, I guess you would say like step by step, well, if this happens, sis, if this happens, sis, What do you want? Like, come on, can we just deal with the realities of the shit and not what we would want it to be?
Mm-hmm. I mean, there's a lot of good content in this book, a lot of tips. Like, you know, if everyone wants to avoid some heartache, you need to get this book. Like, I've known Jovi for a while, you know. We could use the word decade. And so
stop trying to make us older than we are, child.
We were very young when we met each other. So it's like, I know what she put into this book. You know, all the experiences that she's had, you know, she's trying to help other people, other women avoid them. And it's like, it's like, this is also a goodwill act. You know, it's about being there for your sisters. And I really feel like this is an important topic, but I want to know why you think this is important and why you started with this topic first. Well, aside from your sub suggesting it, but like, you could have made that the second book.
But I think we needed to start out with the basis. You know, just so if you do, before we go into deeper issues and deeper topics and how to find a great man, a lot of y'all are sitting right now with a dude that is using you in your back room playing video games. So we first need to clear out the bullshit, you know, before we can evolve and get to the nitty gritty of what we need to get to. You know, because like I said, it's steps in this. You have to, it's evolution. And this is the first book in the series. And I just wanted to give some women just the knowledge that they need to know to be able to get rid of the dud that they have. So the next book will be able to, live your best life. If you don't have a dud now, then you will be able to evolve that relationship or find a relationship that you can evolve in and not fall for said traps. We don't want to go backwards. We just want to go forwards.
I really love that you thought about that, like the woman who's stuck in a relationship, because honestly, it's not hard to get into a relationship. It's just harder to get into a good relationship. True. So, there's a lot of people who, if you had started with another topic, would have just been trying to fix the relationship that they're in. Yes. But I feel like your book gives a lot of aha moments. Like, there's no way that if someone reads your book, they will not be able to see the traps in their own relationship.
There you go.
And it's like reading it, I'm like, damn, if we had this.
It took us how many years to learn this? And my thing is, I would love to help all women, right? But I really want to help that 22-year-old who mama didn't teach her better, who who sees me as her big sister, who no one told her. Because Lord have mercy, if someone would have told me, 10, 15 years ago, I could have avoided a lot of shit.
Yeah. I mean, I think also your book is important because we're taught as women to be nurturers, right? And to be forgiving and to just put everybody else's needs before our own. So I think it's even hard, like, even if your mama or your brother try to tell you, like, look for a good guy, look for this, like, you fall into the traps of just being a nice woman, right? Because women are supposed to be nice and submissive. And so we're supposed to change the world on top of it. We're supposed to change the world. So, I think your book is really great at outlining these situations that we find ourselves in, and we try to validate because we've been educated to just be a nice woman and to hold down our man. But there's a lot to that. There's a lot to that just really hurts us as women. And I think that you really make that clear that it's not okay.
It's not okay. And men, let me not say people, let me be very specific. Men, so a lot of men out here use that against us. They're not stupid. So I was speaking to one of the subs yesterday and they were like, men do this and men do that. No, fuck boys do that. You know, and they know how to take advantage of that. Men will not take advantage of that, but there's way too many, you know, F-boys out here know exactly what to do and how to use your good upbringing against you. To use that, you know, I can be this and I can be that for you against you and have you losing in the situation. And none of us women should be losing. That is just not how the universe set this up to be.
I mean, you're right. And I feel like a big part of what you're doing is about sisterhood, right? Like you not only want to help women as individuals, but as a collective, you just want to see us doing better. And the best way to do it is just keeping it real. So talk to us a little bit about this sisterhood. Like, why do you care about women being in happy relationships?
Because why shouldn't I care?
Because some people don't care. So why do you care?
I don't know the answer to that. I always care. I want to see you win. Like, I want to see everybody. That's just my personality. Like, shoot, even with my brothers and like their significant others, I pick the significant other side. You know, most of the times I want to see you win. I don't, because I feel like once a woman is, you know, at her best, the nation will be at its best. The community will be better. You know, she will demand a better man, will reproduce children, you know, who are just better and just make everything better. The world is already The world is already against us. You know, I ain't got to be against us too. I want to try to do something that will help benefit our community. And like everyone said, the woman, you know, we run our community. We're controlled, you know, and if we're in a great place, feeling good about each other, feeling good about ourselves, you know, in a happy and healthy relationship, that can change the world in a generation. I really feel like, you know, once we're good and we understand the dynamics of family and, you know, we stop doing things that are counterproductive to our benefit, everything will change because men follow us. As long as you understand your value, you know, they will do whatever the fuck you say. They will do whatever you say. If if you're a woman who don't comprehend your value and, you know, he can run all over you, nothing good is going to come of that. But once you're a woman and a man is in love with you and he will do anything to make sure that his family and his woman are good. And that can only benefit us.
No, it's true. I mean, it's important. Once we create healthy relationships and connections with each other, like it only uplifts the family. So with creating a sisterhood of women who know their value and who are healthy, like they can get into healthy relationships and hence creating examples for their children. And it just becomes, you know,
a domino effect.
Yes, exactly. A domino effect. And we're just all uplifted. So I really love that. Like the fact that sometimes we think relationships are about the individuals, but it's not, you know, because other people are always looking at you. So, okay. I want to talk a little bit about the style that you used in your book. As I was reading it, I literally heard your voice.
You heard me.
I think it's going to be a really great experience I think this book is amazing for everyone, but for your fans, the people who know you and follow you, they're going to feel even more connected to you. So why, you know, a lot of people try to run away from their voice when they're writing a book, right? And that's a book that comes across as inauthentic or overly produced. But what made you decide to keep your voice, keep the M-bombs and the D's and the what made you keep it all the way gully, like they say?
My fans subscribe. Shoot, we're friends because of my authenticity. Whether we agree, don't agree. like everyone else know, like the subs know, when you are being real with them. That is a gift God gave me, to be able to communicate with people and to connect with people. So I write like I talk. I write like I speak, because I want to be able to really, connect with people. When you read something that is mine, you're gonna be like, yeah, I want you to hear me. I want you to hear me, sis. I want you to hear when I say it, because I need you to feel it here. It's like music. You know how they say music, music connects to your soul and the universe. It's like, it's like, what is it? It's just like anything that's, I feel like anything that's just genuine and authentic, when it comes out, it touches people. Mm-hmm. It touches people in a way. And am I not the prim and proper? I don't know.
You're prim or proper. You're one of them.
I just want people to be able to like feel it in their soul. Like when you listen to a old school Toni Braxton song and start crying and be emotional because that shit touched your heart. That's what I want.
I definitely recommend a glass of wine with this read.
Yes. Definitely. You might want a shot of tequila or something. Like
afterwards. I feel like pour a glass of wine. Oh, if you're 21, right? We have to be responsible. If you are 21 plus and when you buy Jovi's book
tonight,
get a glass of wine and then pour yourself a shot of tequila once you're done, because you got to get your life right after you finish the book.
Yeah, after you finish the book, you're gonna be like,
you got to get it all together. And that's the thing, like, I'm a certified executive coach. So, I've done a lot of self-help reading. And even before becoming a coach, like, give me a good self-help book, because I love it.
Is it a self-help book though?
It is though, because you're asking people to be better. Women. You're asking women to be better. You're asking women to take an honest look at their relationships and the men that they're choosing. And the thing that I like about your book is that because you keep it so real, there's no way that you won't get it. Like a lot of self-help books ask you to think. A lot of people don't like to think. Or a lot of people, and I don't even mean that in a disrespectful way, like a lot of people don't have the tools to know how to be introspective.
Yeah.
Like what does it mean to know what my limited beliefs are? What does it mean for me to understand what's holding me back? Like, it's hard and it's not anybody's fault, but not everybody's equipped.
Everyone wasn't trained with that, to have that. They don't know. That's the point. They don't know. I would think that people would know certain things, but I've come to learn that a lot of people don't know. And you have to just, like I said before, just tell them. All of this going around in a circle, do you think? No, let me tell you. Just in case you don't know, I'm going to tell you.
Yeah. It's important, because that way more people that you're just straightforward with, the more people will get it and the better the results will be. I think a lot of people are going to be helped by your book, and I'm really excited for women to read it and to hear the response and the testimonial, because I know it will change lives. Like there'll be some pearls being grasped, but
they're gonna be like, damn.
You guys, like, if anything, I'm the prim and proper one in this relationship. And I'm reading it and I'm like, whoa. But despite that, I was like, but she real though, but it's true. But that's true, and there's a lot of that in that book. I mean, let's get into the book a little bit. Let's tease them a bit.
Okay.
Because you said, and you mentioned it, how women already know, right?
Yeah.
So women already know. So why do they ignore it?
Because you don't want to believe it. You don't want to believe it. We all have been stupid, played stupid, and just don't want to acknowledge the fucking elephant in the room, or, we just don't want to. It's just human nature. It's human nature, but it's not. Trying to ignore it is not going to make it go away. And it's just going to make it worse down the line. And I've said this on the channel before, you want to figure it out, nip it in the bud, instead of wasting 10, 15 years in a situation that deep down you knew wasn't it, but you wanted it so bad, or you didn't want to be alone so bad that you just continued down this road. And now look at you. You got to read the book to understand what I mean when I say it.
I mean, it's important. I mean, I want to dig a little bit deeper into this. You know me.
Go ahead. Just go ahead. Because at first, honestly, I was like, she said, okay, I'm going to ask you some questions. And I was like, what is happening right now?
I'm flipping the switch on you.
I bet.
Do you think that women don't want to believe it because of how we've been conditioned? Like, do you think it's about, you know what? I want to talk about this because I feel like there's layers to it, right? Mm-hmm. I feel like there's different type of women, and different types of reasons why we deal with the user. It ranges from self-confidence, right? Like you don't think you deserve any better, or thinking that you could save everyone, or I'll just mention 3 off the top of my head because there's a long list, right? Or denial, which is one that you talk about a lot. Like, where do you think this comes from? Right? Because I don't think men are like that. Like, I think there's some Trump
upbringing, I really believe it's our upbringing. That's another reason why I have to continue the series, because we need to break some of there are a lot of generational curses. We talk about, poverty. We talk about stuff like that, but we don't talk about the generational curse of being a single Black mother, the generational curse of thinking that you're supposed to struggle. How we raise our daughters to. I was on Twitter, and this girl. Okay, so this little boy did something to his sister. He got in trouble from the mother. He got sent to his room, and the little girl felt so bad she was gonna go apologize to the little boy for him getting in trouble, and the mother had to stop her. Too many times the mother doesn't stop you, and you've been trained since you were little to take care of this one and take care of that one and take care of everybody, all these men above your own self. So you've been doing that with your brothers, right? You've been doing that with your little cousins and all of that. And it has just become something that you do. And now you're 30 years old and you find yourself taking care of another man, but you think that shit is normal. Yeah. And it's not. It's not. So I think it has a lot to do with how we're raised. I 100% do not think that it is genetics. I think it is passed on based off of what happens in our community. Because honestly, human beings, men, women relationships, I spoke about it in a book, were never meant for that. That's unnatural. It's completely unnatural. That's why things go left like they do, because God, universe, Buddha, whatever you want to call it, never intended for the man to be taken care of, by some struggling ass woman. We weren't. That wasn't what we were meant to do. So I'm trying to put you on to the fact that that's not what was supposed to happen, and this is how we're going to change it. We can't go back and change, you know, what our mothers did, how they raised us, whatever. That's dead, that's done, that's past. But we can say, okay, right now I've decided that I don't want to do that. That's done with me, and it's going to be done for my offspring. And these are the steps. Shit, it is a self-help book. I didn't realize it. Anyway, and these are the steps that we're gonna take to cut it and to lift yourself up in the process.
Okay. This makes me ask this actually brings up a new question. Sorry, new question. Okay, you know that you and I agree a lot of times. I guess a lot of times. No, actually, no. I think we agree more than we disagree, but it's just that our approaches are different. Right? Like I might agree with a lot of what you said in your book about the root of the problem, right? And the manifestation of the problem. It's hard, guys, so I don't want to give too much away, you know. We're just giving you a little sneak peek.
Yeah.
But sometimes your methods and my methods are a little different.
Yes.
I'm thinking about someone who might disagree with some of the methods that you propose in your book, but agrees with your overall message. What do you say to that person? What do you want them to ultimately get from your book? You know, like if someone's like,
I would think that they would just probably, but again, this is why it's a book. It's something that's personal that you can read on your own, because they might not necessarily agree with the language or the verbiage that I may use, but the point is the point. These things happen in, you know, low income households, medium income households, you know, shoot. I just made a video yesterday about it happened with Jennifer freaking Williams, and she's supposed to be, you know, all the way up there. How the hell do these things happen? It's because nobody told you that you were valuable. And, you know, like I said, it may not come out like a regular self-help book, but they've read 30 of those, right? They've read 30 of those. And those tell you, like you said before, you know, the prim and proper way to go about it, how to think about it. Maybe they need someone, again, to just tell them in as raw a way as possible, because if I'm nothing, I'm authentic. You know, if as raw a way as possible, this is what is going on. This is what you need to do. And if you want a better life, do A, B, C, and D.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they may go about it in their, who said that? I can't remember, in their prissy way. What's the movie? Love and Basketball. You ever seen Love and Basketball? Where she was speaking to her mother in the kitchen. Wait, man, when she was speaking to her mother.
I'm like, have I seen Love and Basketball? Come on.
Whatever. And her mother was like, you know, I may not go about it your way. I may go about it in my prissy way. But it's the same thing. You know, as long as you get the information and you comprehend what I'm saying, it's straight to the point. It's raw. It's no, I got to figure out what Jovi means. There ain't no figuring out. It's right here. You don't have to figure shit out. I done told you. Now, how you gonna, you know, finagle it to work for you, that's on you. But there's no, maybe she meant, no. There's no maybes.
Yeah.
I gave it to you. This is the blueprint. Now go with God.
Well, you're right. I like that, because it's definitely obviously it's your book, so it's your point of view and your methodology, right? But I think you also leave space for your readers to, if they're thoughtful, right, to adapt, you know, what you're talking about. Because you know what my fear is with people? Like, I know you think that I'm always trying to like, stay on the right side of things, but it's not so much that. Is that I feel like a lot of times people misinterpret what you're saying, or they have a very singular point of view, right?
Yeah.
So they take what you say like verbatim for verbatim for verbatim, and don't have enough imagination to be like, okay, wait a minute, like I agree with this, but like, how do I make this me?
Mm-hmm.
You know? And so I was curious, like, what you would say for certain people like that, because I think it's more that than people doing it your way. It's more about them understanding like their way is wrong, right?
Yeah.
And like in harmful situations that aren't serving,
Aren't beneficial.
yeah. So they okay. We're gonna give away one more little thing from the book, one more teaser.
Okay.
So you talked about the user man has perfected the beginning of the relationship.
Girl.
I was like,
Haven't they?
I was like, pop, you know, because that's when we get stuck, right? That's when we get stuck. Like, oh no, but he was so great.
He was amazing.
You know,
He
and we
was in my bath water. He rubbed my shoulders. He took me out. He took me on a walk in the park because he was broke though. He took me on a walk in the park. Oh, and now I really truly believe, I know for a fact that especially those losers. Listen, I know, because I think we had a conversation and it's like, but what if he's just a great guy? Great guys don't try that hard. Great guys are just great guys. Yeah. You know, if it's too good to be true, man, she's setting you up. He's setting you up, and you need to be wary. I'm not saying to, you know, honestly, and what are the chances that he comes off as Prince Charming from today, and he will be for the rest of your life? How much people do we know actually have that, compared to he's Prince Charming for a month, and then the next thing you know, you paying the nigga car note because he's amazing.
Well, okay. Let's do art of dating insert right now. We're gonna pause.
We're not talking about you.
Pause the interview.
We're not talking about you. We're not talking about you.
But are we gonna take away hope? Like, great relationships do exist.
Hope is great, but hope has these bitches stuck.
But what is a great relationship?
Hope has too many women stuck. Like, listen, he can be a fantastic guy, but I don't want to hear 6 months in you doing all of this shit and you stuck on how dope he was in the first 2 weeks.
No,
they have perfected that shit. They learn. They manipulate it to come off like a lot of men out here are sociopaths. We seem to not want to acknowledge that shit. We don't want to see that. And then we sit up and let these men destroy us, make us horrible, bitter old bitches, and then and can't comprehend, you know, how the hell it happened. You saw that shit happen.
But how do we differentiate between the sociopath and an actual great guy?
Consistency. Those men don't have the consistency to keep that shit up. They like I said, they've perfected the stars of the relationship. Don't fall head over heels a week and a half into the shit. Let him show you who he is. What he does throughout your relationship shows, you know, the kind of man he is. Not the first month of y'all being together, not the first 2 months of y'all being together. I'm sorry.
Well, I think it's also about seeing how he responds to different situations in that time. Because the thing is, like, obviously relationships are very unique and very personal, and the way that they start are unique and personal. And we've all heard the stories of, like, some people date for 10 years and he was cheating on her the whole time, or he was abusive, and she knew it. Or some people for 6 months and they last a lifetime in a healthy relationship, right? So something that's important, like you said, consistency, like in that person's approach to different situations while you're dating, right? Because okay, what happens? What does he do when he's a great guy when he's with your friends? How is he when he's with your family? You know, or when you take him to a job function, you know, oh, but he was a great guy when he was hanging out, you know, at the bar with so and so. Like, I think sometimes we try to take this one behavior, one situation, and
And
apply it, make it bigger than what it really was. Like, not understand that this person is showing their true character when they can't be consistent, like you
yeah.
said.
And
You
you just have to be honest with it and not get caught up because he took you on a walk in the park on your, you know, the second week you knew him and bought you some ice cream. You could have bought yourself some ice cream.
It's true, because that walk in the park will get you. Oh, that's romantic. Oh, the breeze. Oh, the summer night. Like, no, that screams run away, run away. See, that's the thing. Like, you have to think about quality, right? Quality. When you start dating someone, it's like you want to put your best face forward. But you know something I always think to think about though too is understanding that when we are dating in the beginning, we are putting our first best face forward, right?
Yeah.
You know what happened when the mask falls off? It's like when I was reading something and it was like we're all playing pretend when we start dating, right? Like you'll have, and I think I mentioned this on the podcast before, like how a woman will she'll invite a man over for dinner, right? Like, this is month 3 of dating, everyone. Let's be clear. This is not, this is not the first date, but month 3 of dating, you're like, I want to show him what I could do. And you really don't cook, you know, but you decide to cook that one time. You clean the house when you're usually like a slob, right? And you just set it all up right, and then the man falls in love with the fact that you can cook and then you know how to maintain a house, you know. So it's like you're pretending, we're all pretending. Or if he only brings you flowers for that one event, like maybe you're expecting flowers all the time, you know. So it's like, give relationships time to breathe, right? Like, in that idea of consistency, like, is the house always clean? Did you see her panties in the living room or in the kitchen the next time you came over? So I really like that. I really like that word consistency. But I think you should go into that one more in your next book, right? Because it's a series, right?
Yes.
So what other topics can we expect from you?
The next one will be how to find a man worth dating. Basically, how to bag a dude. How to bag a dude, you know, that is actually worth being with. So this is going to take a lot longer to write, a lot more in depth, because I'm going to it was really two separate ideas that I had and that the subs came up with that they wanted me to really go into, that I decided to combine and, you know, just write a whole, just so, you know, you need a manual, I'll give you a manual on how to do that thing. So that's the next book.
Okay, I'm excited for that one. Do you have any sneak peeks into that book?
What peaks do you want? Some chapters? I wrote out the chapters.
Give us one chapter.
I'll give you, hold on. I'm gonna pull it up right now. Because I've been, like I said, I've been into this book and completely distracted by it. But this is not it. But I did write out some chapters, ideas. Okay. Are you a receiver? Where are you looking?
That's enough. That's enough. Don't give them more. Don't give them more. Don't give
Okay.
We're just teasing it, like letting them know they have to be on their shit and get these books, because there's some interesting topics in here. It's not your typical self-help relationship book, you know, like how many Brooklyn bred New Yorker self-help realness do we have out here? None. Just
now, even the chapter names is funny. Every time I read them, I be like, bitch, you are retarded.
But it makes it an interesting read, and I feel like you said people will, you know, digest it better.
Yeah, I think it's a lot. You know, it's, you may not want to say, but like, oh, you know, look, but I think anybody could like sit down, read it, and be like, well, damn, shit, yeah, man. Like, fuck, man. I think that's how it'll be. Like, fuck, man. And then the next time, you know, you may not speak like me, but you'll hear my voice in your head, like this fuck nigga here, boy. and it'll play out, because you'll see all of this shit happening, and you'll be like, It's like a soundtrack. Like I said, it's like a soundtrack you'll have playing in your head. Like, no.
And tell people where you can buy the book.
You can buy the book on my website, jovibeauty.com/ebooks. I have t-shirts over there, and the ebook, like I said, I was going to do it like 8 a.m, but I am way too excited. I'm going to do it at midnight tonight. So please support me. I am excited.
Awesome. So let's go to some comments. I kind of want to read the comments from the low up and respond to some people.
Okay.
I got my own juice, people, so don't be messing with my interview.
Okay. Deborah need to get the book. Deborah, the book will be out at midnight tonight on said website. Okay, link is in the description. It's going across the screen, child.
JoviBeauty.com.
Yes, /ebooks.
So some of our friends think that you're giving out too much, but they don't understand in the interview you're supposed to talk about the book, people. Like, we need to give you some tidbits. And you can buy the book and then read it later. I hear Mark Lovell says, I would buy the book, but I'm stuck on the book I'm reading. I don't know where the hell Waldo is. Buy the book.
Support. Thank you so much. Cynthia said they want to read it themselves. Don't tell us too much. That's what I was saying. I was like, but why we have to go into the book?
Because that's what an interview is. It's about the book. Trust me, we didn't even touch in like 1/1000th of the book. I think.
Yeah. Honestly, we spoke about it, but there's so much more. You were like, what the fuck?
Listen, I am a media professional, you guys. Trust, I know what I'm doing. I got you all excited about the book.
Okay.
Robin Jones gets me. Thank you.
She said interview is for exposure. Yes, interview is for exposure. So this is what we're doing. We're trying to let everybody know the context and a little bit about it, so you'll get excited about it. And you know, I'll wake up in the morning and be like, oh, people pull my plug.
What else we got?
So what comments? I don't know. You're the interviewer.
But you're the one who controls this.
I know. I was thinking that. I was like, I should have sent it to you to do it.
Someone said you both look related. Are you? I guess after as long as we've known each other.
Yeah, I guess so. You know that how they say people start looking alike.
Cynthia Turner says, how to bag a dude. I hope it's volume 2. I was thinking, like, girl, that's your title.
How to bag a dude. How to bag a dude. Well, shoot, it could be. Again, I'm still working on the title, because I'm like, you know, some of the titles that I come across, I'm like, yo, some people are crazy. But well, we're still, again, I'm gonna start working on that next month. So, well, shoot, in May. So we'll see. once I start writing and it starts coming out and it starts just coming out, I'll get the title finalized.
I love Jada's support and promo. You're the best. Two thing says, well, I am gonna need a whole new man. Yes, you will. Yes, you will.
Robin says she's buying. Thank you so much. No, it is not on Kindle. It is just on my website. I am not on Kindle, on Amazon, on none of that. It's directly at my website. So it's my first book, y'all. Y'all, I went through a lot. It may one day it'll get there, but for now, no. You are great. Thank you so much.
Yes, get the book.
Yes, Ash. I have so far, I have a total of 5 books that I need to bring into the world. I think that's, a part of my, what the universe has for me to do. This is what I do on a regular basis. It's just what I do. And I think this is what I was supposed to do a long time ago. And because of whatever situation that might have occurred in the past with me in writing, it was just amazing for me to be able to just sit there and do that, because I've wanted to do it for so long. But, I've had this nervousness about it. But finally doing it, now I'm just like, oh my God, yeah.
I mean, that's the thing. I think writing is so cathartic, right? It's like it brings out all these emotions and these feelings, and there's so much satisfaction when you finish it. But I think also, we talk about this a lot, like everything happens at the right time. Like I feel like this book in particular, it was best come out now based on what I know about you and like your journey. I don't think you can like, I feel like a lot of people
I couldn't have wrote this 5 years ago. I couldn't have wrote this book.
Exactly. Like a lot of people write these books and they try to help other people. And I agree that you don't have to like be at the end of your journey in order to help other people. Like you can be on your journey to be a better you and help someone else at the same time.
Yeah.
But I think that the gems that you drop in this book, it's like you solidify them now,
Yeah.
And I think when you feel solid in certain belief systems, you can communicate it better and with more conviction. So this was a long time coming, but I think it came out in its best way. And like people should be excited about this book because it's funny, it's honest, and it's real. It's real. Like, and it's like we might need to come out with a kiddie version so we can give it to girls.
They can read it. If they dating, they need to be. If they dating, Deborah just said she needs to give it to her niece. If they dating, they old enough to hear what it is. Okay, before they get caught up in the traps of life.
Yeah.
Get it from early. Like I said, I wish I had someone that was able, or was able to read something that I could connect to, that didn't make me feel like, someone was talking at me, instead of to me, just like, when you read something and it just go like, what did I read? What I'm saying? Like, I just read it. What's on the last page? You gonna remember what's on my last page.
But I think it's also because it's like, it gives examples. Like, I feel like, okay, growing up, your parents, your elders, they give you
can I just say, I used an example in this book that I might get in trouble for.
You did, but it could be anybody.
Someone was like, oh, I'm gonna read your book, and I used them for an example. I was like, oh, thank you.
It could be anybody. It could be anybody. Listen, it could be anybody. It could be anybody. Let's put it like that. I feel like also, what was I gonna say? It's important. So I didn't forget. You know how they say like if you forgot something, it wasn't that important?
Yeah.
but this is important. Oh, it's the idea of also like I feel like your elders, like your parents, they tell you, they give you this advice and they give you all these antidotes, but sometimes it's like land the plane.
Yeah.
Like land the plane, like, oh, you deserve better, my daughter. You deserve someone like this. But it's like sometimes
You
you
don't tell me how to get there. You didn't teach me.
exactly.
That's what it is. I don't think like we as women, as Black women, as Hispanic women, what I don't think a lot of us, maybe Hispanic women a little bit more, but still not really. You know, we weren't taught what exactly to, you know, to look out for. What they just say, you deserve better than that. What the fuck do I deserve that? Because I didn't. A lot of women didn't have a good example. Their mothers didn't give them good examples. You were supposed to teach them, and you know, if you didn't teach her or should give her an example and show her what kind of, you know, situation she should be in, and her mind, you know, the struggle love is what it is because that's what she's seen you with, and you keep telling her she deserves better than you, but she don't know how to get there. So I'm trying to like put you on to how to recognize the bullshit. And I say all the time here, it's no shade to our parents, you know, but they're human too. And they've been through shit and you know, everything. And it's okay to say, well, shit, I learned this good from my moms. I may not have learned this good from my moms, but you know, she was learning her damn self. And it's okay to say, well, I want to take the good out of it and throw away the rest of the shit and replace it with something that's going to make my life better. Because I don't want to have to struggle. I don't want to have to be a single mother. I don't want to have to go through none of that shit. I don't want to have to feel like I have to be the man. You know, I don't want to feel like none of that. I want to be able to rest in my feminine like that white girl too. And be okay with it, and people not looking at you like you crazy because you don't want to struggle love. Because you don't want, because you deserve to be provided for and to be, you know, and to be cherished just like that white girl. And I don't think I know that a lot of our families don't really put that in you. They raise us too mannish and the boys too damn feminine, and things have become haywire. And I just want to fix that a little bit.
I mean, makes sense. I think also the idea that, I mean, in New York, this is the language I use. Like, we live on the block, right?
Yeah.
You live on the block, and that's what you know.
That's,
You
yeah.
know? And even if you go to the other side, like, that's not necessarily, you're not necessarily going to be accepted in the same way, you know? So it's kind of like, where do you look for that guy that you deserve?
Well, I will tell them in the next book. I would tell them because they out there. You just have to be able to recognize it, recognize your value, recognize him, and go from there.
Yeah.
But we'll go into great detail in that book because, like you said, some people need to be told exactly.
It's important. It's important because it's like not everybody's gonna, you know, not, well, most of us haven't. You said it perfectly. You know, most of us haven't had that example, or it hasn't been told to us in a productive way. And so, you know, your book and your approach really make sure that the message is felt and heard and hopefully acted upon.
Thank you, Deborah. Deborah said that's why my niece called me on a regular basis simply for advice. She just called me today to help her way through BS. That's exactly what my niece be saying. Listen, it's real. Paul said maybe we could co-write a book together. One of these days, me and Natalie can write a book together. We'll see. She'll try to make it all nice and proper. And I'll be like, that bitch. And she'll be like, no, he didn't understand.
Listen, I'm all about the journey, not just the end.
Yeah. Cynthia says she will be looking to purchase at midnight. Thank y'all all so much. And it's 55. I will probably be coming back like at 9 or something. I don't know. Let's see how I feel. Because I'm excited. I've been excited all day. I have a video to post, so we'll see.
Do you want to end it here, or you want to give them 5 more minutes?
We can give them 5 more minutes. It don't matter to me.
I mean, do you have any? So let's talk about why you and I could not or could write a book.
I think we could. I just think it'll be a whole fucking process. I just think I'll be like this after that. I'll be like, Jesus. And you'll be the same way. It will probably be an amazing book, but it would not be as smooth as when I sat here and wrote. It would not be that smooth.
Yeah, Jovi and I have a very what my mom, when I told her, I don't know, my mom asked about you, or I said something about you, and she's like, bueno, tú y Giovanni.
Listen,
our friendship is a roller coaster.
It's a roller coaster. Like I said, it would be an amazing book. It would just be, it would, yeah. It would take a while. And it would be a lot of, I'm not speaking to her, right? It would be a lot of that. It would be a lot of that going on right now. But I think it would be great.
Yeah, that's why we collaborated on this. Jada needs to be like the publicist. She's over here.
Jada know how to mod it up. Cynthia said, "Could we have 2 different personalities?" Yeah, it would be. Yeah. So it would be like, okay, one part. It would probably be like 1 chapter from you and 1 chapter from me, 1 chapter, and then you'll just be going back like, these bitches is crazy. But it works.
Yes.
The book, I'm not really, it's on the website. You're just not gonna see it until I press that button at midnight. You understand what I'm saying?
May 1st, right?
May 1st at midnight in 4 hours. I can't tell time, child. 4 hours. Matter of fact, I probably will come back on later tonight just to shit.
Oh, you should do like a little countdown. Are we still having a party? So I can put that on my calendar.
No.
No. You guys, obviously, Jovi and I are practically sisters, so I'm very.
My party, my birthday.
No, your what?
You talking about my birthday party?
No, talk about your book party. Like,
girl, we can't go outside.
No, a virtual party.
A virtual party. She said, "Jada love a party, child."
We'll talk about the party offline and confirm if it is happening.
We'll talk about the party offline and confirm. But yeah, so everybody, thank you all for your support. Thank you, Natalie, for the interview. I didn't know how this was gonna go.
You know, I love that still after so many years of friendships, you haven't learned the lesson of our friendship. Trust Natalie. Just trust Natalie. Exactly. If you trust me, it'll be a-okay.
Okay, that's
just can't even admit it.
All right. Yeah, well, I'm hard-headed. Anyway, thank you all for supporting me. Thank you all for coming to the channel, supporting the channel for the last almost 2 years now. You know, it's my first book. I really appreciated it. I got a lot of inspiration from you guys because I speak to you all the time about these things, and you know, I appreciate y'all. Y'all the one who really made me say, even though I wanted to do this for so long, y'all really made me believe that I really should, that, you know, what I have to say matters to like a greater audience than just me to my friends, right? So thank you so much, right? And as always, I hope you live your life like it's golden, because there's no other way to live it.
Well, it's not about me, so we'll leave it there. Oh God, no, you guys, I'm so happy for Jovi. I'm so proud of her. This is an amazing accomplishment, and she has so many gems to share with you guys. And once you read her book and you want to work on your relationships, come to me, because I am a certified executive coach, and I will coach you through having the best relationship that you can have with yourself and others. So don't forget, be the best version of yourself, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, and I will see y'all today at 11 p.m. We'll do a countdown. I should go to the liquor store. Bye.
Bye.